Welcome to the top 8 of the new pack release day. By watching as long as you can, that greatly supports the video. We are going to be hopping into a tournament where hopefully Rescue Ace maybe is showing to be the new best deck, possibly. What do you think? Do you want that to be the case, or will just be that Snake Eyes is still the best deck? We have Gara, top tier Xbox player, got first place of a Duels Cup, versus Fictinium, top tier Snake Eyes player, multiple tournament wins. So we are starting off with an incredible match 1. Hajime.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Normal hand trap sent to the grave for original Sinful to special our Ash. Ash negated by Gamma. Do we maxi draw 1? We're gonna hold on to that maxi for the next turn. Goodbye to the Ash, goodbye to our turn. We have just Imperm and Max C, making sure to set that Imperm. Now, why set Imperm? It doesn't make sense, right? Well, this will negate a pendulum scale. So it does have that additional benefit of negating the column. Oh, okay, yeah, you know, sure. We don't have a monster on the field anyway for the Imperm to be negating that column with, so we're kind of taunting Fictinium by setting it in that same column here. You already used Gamma, so it could be safe to just whip out that Maxi right now. We don't have to respect another Gamma. The driver is banished. No one's playing a second copy of that. Set it up, come forth in special. Ooh. Are you baiting impermanence, or did you make a mistake? We imperm the Wakashi, the Benki search is negated, but we're not really negating anything with Wakashi because we're probably not going to activate it, but maybe we would. Nope, not imperming. Hold it. Almost summoned the Soul Piercer, making the Sarutobi. We're gonna have to use that impermanence now as the Sarutobi pops it. Search our deck, Sarutobi get poppin', imperm, negate. Your ability to attack while in defense is now negated. We are locked, we're not locked in a Super Heavy Samurai. We have the Soul Horns, which could perform a double attack with one of our Super Heavy monsters. Get Pendulum Shokaning into the Masu. Waru with equipped with the Soul Horns is game. If we don't have another, oh, we have Valor. We have Valor. Valor's gonna negate. Let's go, mate. Negate. No additional attacks for you. We had to do it within the main phase. We had 8,000 damage there. If it weren't for the Valor, we're gonna keep on cooking under Max C. Oh my gosh, this is a crazy Max C challenge. We are now Scarecrowing, discard the wagon, reborn the Masuwaru at 4,000 defense, re-equipping again. Oh my gosh. We still did it. Valor stopped it, but then we just redid it again. We just sent to the grave, then reborn the negated Masuwaru for that 8,000 damage. Max C challenge accepted and completed, and very well done. You did it. Bonfire, Ash, negate. What we have left is our Ghost Bell, which could negate the Flame Burst from reborning from the graveyard. You could Chainlink block the Flame Burst by putting the Poplar on Chainlink 2, but we don't even have a play anyway. Let's get to it. Drawing another Ash after that. We have Motorbike, but we're gonna have to play through double impermanence. Can we do this? We're gonna be Shokaning into the Scarecrow, discard the scale to reborn the scale, but imperm will negate. Then we're gonna have the follow-up of Wakashi. This is not discarding scale to reborn scale. We're just gonna be reborning the Soul Piercer instead. Negate. Now we're gonna follow up with the Wakashi play. The Wakashi is gonna have to be set into the other column. Imperm cannot negate this because the Scarecrow's already negated. Come forth and Shokan. Discard to go into a level 12 Synchro Masuwaru. We're gonna save the Imperm for the battle phase, I believe. Yes? Okay, so this is the opportunity for that double negate. Negate the Benki search and negate the Masuwaru. We already negated the Scarecrow, so it's not gonna be able to reborn something like the Masuwaru to attack us for game again. Right. Very nicely done. Now, we could still, we do nothing. End the turn. All right, we have Ash and Ghost Bell. Oak, go reborn, nothing. Oh my gosh, geez, this is not looking good. Link Karibo, it really sucks when you draw into that Flame Burst. It is a brick. We do have Ash though. Now Benki could search because we control a Super Heavy Samurai. We're going to be Pendulum Shokaning our Wakashi onto the field. Ash, negate. Just like that, now the Wakashi has the effect of being able to discard a card to summon a Super Heavy Samurai from the deck. By doing so, you're locked into Super Heavy Samurai only. Reborn the Scale with the Security. Scale Reborn the Piercer. Shokan into the Sarutobi. The attack value is not calculating because yeah, we got 0. It's all on defense. Equipping with 8,000 damage. The Link Kuribo can only reduce the attack, not the defense. And just like that, why are you BMing? Wait, that does 500 damage? Oh my gosh. All right. 500 by popping your own back row. Lethal damage. We got Peaceful Planet searching our deck for a Mannadium monster, grabbing the ball, pop the ball. 1 pop equal 2 balls. We're going to summon from the deck and from the grave. Get ready. We could chain link block the Ash by using the field spell on the highest chain link. So the Rhymeheart will search, be protected from Ash. The ball will reborn from the deck, protected from Ash. And very well done. And the turn into that's it. All that to have triple monster negate on Apollo mates. Yup. Okay. And we have Ash. Let's see what we can do. Albion is going to be sending a card from the deck to the grave to attempt to draw a card. We're going to be using the Ash Blossom to negate the Branded and High Spirit, searching for an Albaz monster here as the crossout designate negates the Ash as the Max C is then chained to the crossout designate to draw per special summon for the rest of this turn. Abomod, did we use crossout incorrectly? What do you think? We are going to go through with that draw. Very well done. Wait, what did the crossout designate? What? Wait a second. This didn't make sense. Albion Chainlink 1, Branded Chainlink 2, Ash. We cross out called Max C, not Ash. So then they chained Max C. What? What? What was that? Huh? Maybe he's not playing Ash. And he was like, oh crap, I'm not playing Ash. He only plays 1 Ash? Oh, that's what happened. So Abomod's 1 Ash in their 60 card deck was in his hand and was used for the turn 1. So we forgot that we were only playing 1 Ash. So we wanted to negate Ash, but we didn't have another Ash. Makes sense. You forgot. That's okay. It's a 60 card deck. Branded lost plus a set Super Poly. We will have a card in the hand to discard or that Super Poly. Let's get to it. What can we fuse into? Generally, it's going to be Mood Dragon or Garura. So it's going to be 2 monsters with the same attribute generally. So don't expect the Apollo to get fused with anything unless a Baron de Flor gets summoned. We are grabbing the Obsidian. Let's get to it. Shokan into the Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon. Reborn from the graveyard. Shokan into Dispater. Should we have Super Poly, the Apollo, and Reborn the Starfrost? Was that even super polyable? The Excel is a Dragon and Wind. We are going to now be using the Super Poly with the Dispater and the Astrolaud to now make Dragostapelia. Dragostapelia can negate a monster in the field as we have the Branded Lost activating. So what we could have done here is, was Super Poly on Chainlink 1? It was. In response to our own Branded Lost, we could have negated the Apollo USA and it would have not been able to respond to the activation of the Dragostapelia. But we're going to not negate it anyway because it was a free negate during the end phase. Albaz on summon, discard Diffusion Shokan with the Apollo USA, which even if it could have negated, it would have not been able to due to the Branded Lost. We now have Mirror Jade as we search for our Albion, sending from the deck to the grave a Branded Sword. To battle we go, not quite lethal damage. With the Branded Sword, we could recycle a banished Branded Albaz monster back to our hand, something like Mercurier. But we don't have a Mercurier play. We need to fuse with Branded Lost to be searching for it to have that negate. We have Rykard searching for the Arrival. Link this up into the Lightheart searching for the Field Spell. We already have the Field Spell, so we're not searching again. We are going to be in response to the Obsidian. The Obsidian wants to pop the card to then search. So it says destroy it. If you do, search for the Field Spell. If you do, it's not going to happen because we are non-target monster banishing that Lightheart off the field. Obsidian gone, and so is the Lightheart. Now, Obsidian has another effect that could special summon a Starfrost in the hand if we had one, which we do not. Very well done for Branded. Let's take this into game 2. Pressure Planet searching for our Unicorn. We're going to Maxi before that special summon. We have nothing to stop that Maxi. Do we just end on the Unicorn? Do we set up Unicorn with Kashtira Birth? Oh, we're doing some more plays. We did not commit to a special summon yet. The Reimaginings is going to be able to maybe draw on a hand traps, triple Maxi in our hand, end the turn. So it's going to be all about birth controlling the opponent by banishing cards like Albaz from the graveyard face down. That's going to be a big deal. So the Lubellian Fusion's not going to be able to interact with it. But the Branded Loss is going to screw up the effect of Branded Birth. So I should say the Kashtira Birth, so it's not going to even be usable. There's the Lost. This is the last time it could be used right here, right now. Banishing the Mercurier face down so it cannot be interacted with again. And now we are popping off. Let's go. When are we? Did we already Maxi? Okay, we had a second Maxi. We are taking that Maxi challenge. Can we lethal under Maxi? Branded Lost searching our deck for an Albaz monster. A Mercurier would have... Oh, we still have Mercurier. 2 copies of Mercurier. Why not? Yes, let's do it. Albaz on summon. Discard Diffusion Shokan. Fusing with the Unicorn to make a Titanclad. Titanclad, large and in charge at 3,600 attack. Within the battle phase, we're going to use Super Polymerization to fuse with our Guiding Quem and the Rhymeheart, making a Quiritis. This is putting us at over 9,000 damage. Maxi challenge taken again within today's tournament. Lethal. And we had Mercurier to negate anything, any monster effects. Very well done. Okay, Maxi is not good enough to pass on. You do need more. Leela is here. Gamma is going to negate and destroy. There's nothing to finger with the Gamma. We did not use the Ash. Just like that, negate and destroy. Holy moly. Sunny Snitch, and now we have that finger ready for the Ash. But we already used up our normal summon, so what do? We've got completely shut down by Dinos for that. Now, Call by the Grave can be used on the Miscellaneous Source. It's time. Send the Misk, banish the Misk, so you will be affected from other card effects for the rest of the turn. You also will not be able to banish to summon an Archosaur from the deck to then pop a baby, which you would search for with the Oviraptor or the Fossil Dig. What now? What is our play? Let's get digging. Digging for that Archosaur. We may not have a baby to pop, but we can pop that Oviraptor. Searching for the double evolution pill. We need a non-dinosaur in the graveyard to banish, so we're going to make a Linkuriboh, then send it to the graveyard for our Secure Gardena. Now that we have a dino and a non-dino, we can banish from the grave to summon from the deck Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. This has the ability of non-target flipping the opponent's entire field face down. Not quite lethal, as expected, that is fine. We have Ash, plus flip the field face down. Let's do it. Normal summon, Kisa killed, no Ash used here. Flip the entire field face down, thus we can't special summon the Carrot. We have no other play. Just like that, we pass, we set 2 bluffs. Back to you. Now, per monster on the field, the Ultimate Conductor Tyranno can attack into every single one of them, dealing 1,000 damage by sending them to the grave. Did we not have enough dino? We did not. We need 2 dinos in the grave to summon the other copy of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. So again, we have the ability to flip the opponent's field face down, which we're going to do again on Kisakill Summon Leela. Pop in the Secure Gardena, flip the field face down. At 500 life points left, we just need 1 attack from Ultimate Conductor Tyranno to go through. And just like that, lethal damage. Damn. I say we lost a Gamma. We had the finger ready for any other hand trap, but the Gamma not being fingerable really screwed us up. Very well done on Gamma. Gamma is putting in work. Leela with no hand trap in sight, so we have our full turn 1 Wombo combo. This is the anti-Nibiru play. Don't have to worry about that, as both players are locked into level rank 2 exceed 2. Very nice. And how many disruptions do we have? We have negate a spell or trap, negate a monster, link off of the special summon, pop a card on the field, and I believe that's it. 4 disruption plus a finger. Oh, no finger. Finger's on my mind, sorry. Let's go. Also dig, holding on. We're not negating. We can't negate the Super Poly, though. We're going to ground Xeno, add a Dino, then pop the baby. Baby pop, activate. No red negate. Chain Super Poly mate. Fuse with the field, and we cannot negate it. Goodbye to Elf and Reds. We just lost one of our monster negates. We still have Carrot. We still have Rage. We still have Abominable Unchained. So what else are we doing? We are attempting to make a play that could have been disrupted by a miscellaneous in the hand, which there is none, but we're probably searching for it. Link off with the Oviraptor, now down to 2 disruption. Now Super Producer is here. Its core goal is to allow us to summon the Abominable Unchained Soul whenever we want by popping a card we control, and that's it. It just pops a card we control whenever we want, during the main phase though. And the Carrot is probably not going to be negating anything anytime soon, because it would have to tribute the Super Producer in order to do so. Making an Elf of our own, Garura being sent to the graveyard. We're now going to get popping our Sunny Snitch, so we are now able to negate with the Carrot if we want to. That will trigger the Abominable Unchained to then summon and discard and pop a card. Please pop my baby. I made sure to summon it where the Elf is not pointing to, even though the Abominable Unchained is a non-target pop. Yama's also being triggered. We have the Meteorus being triggered, and the Abominable Unchained Soul being triggered. So we are going to summon, activate after the resolution of this chain. Meteorus summon. Yama summon with the option to pop. Now with the Kisa kill, we can reborn the Leela to pop another card in the field. So the Yama is extra disruption on top of the field that we counted 4 disruption. There's actually 5. Let's go. So the Unchained Abominable is going to get popping right now, non-targeting. We still have Kisa kill, reborn Leela pop. We still have Carrot, negate a spell or trap. We have the red being resummoned, negate a monster. Monster negate, spell and trap card negate, and Kisa kill pop a card. What? We didn't red negate our field flip. Okay, so we lose monster negate, we lose spell and trap card negate. We are Leela popping right now, mate. Popping our own Kisa kill. Okay? We're out of disruption. There's no more disruption. Misk, yeah, Misk. Wait, Misk? Is there Misk? Are we under Misk? We're under the effect of Misk. Yes, we are. So, you know, that's the issue with Misk. If you have red Misk, the monsters are unaffected from activate effects. And that's a lot of bodies on the field here. The Ultimate Conductor Tyranno can attack every single body on the field, summoning another Ultimate Conductor Tyranno onto that field for a direct attack at 3,500. As we reborn the Giant Rex, which cannot attack directly. Attack number 1, burn for 1k, burn for 1k, burn for 1k, burn for 1k, attack again and again. Leela get reducing. Reduce! Lethal damage. Miscellaneous source making us unaffected from activated effects, despite us having up to 5 disruptions from our turn 1 play. Dinos are advancing to the top 4. Bonfire it up. This does play into a Droll and Lockbird, which thankfully for Rixia, there is none. Let's speed this up since there is no disruption. Now, Heroes theoretically are a really good turn 2 deck. In fact, they chose to go second on initial release until their turn 1 became so much better. So if any deck could break a turn 1 Snake Eyes, I believe in Heroes. Now, what can we do? We're going to be able to Masquerena link off, Imperm negate, Ash negate, Promethean Princess pop about 4 disruptions, and depending on what we make with the Masquerena, it may be even more. We have a Hero Lives. While we have no monster in the field, we could special summon anything from the deck, which Ash will negate, which we could then Finger Mate, which they could then cross out Designate. That is what is about to happen, yes? Oh boy. Hero Lives, not Ash negating. But we're still gonna finger the Flamebirds in the graveyard. And we're going to negate the finger. Flamebirds are attempting to summon the Masquerena, about to be negated. As we negate the negate, negate the finger. Very nice. So the Masquerena is going through. And we're going to be able to link into anything we want. Heat Soul could draw into another hand trap potentially. Stratos on summon, searching for a plasma, which will threaten the entire field of negating all monsters on it. Chaining Masquerena to the Ferris, discard a hero to special summon and equip an increase. Making a Nightmare Unicorn. Interesting. If we try to spin the increase, it could chain to the unicorn. I'm a bit sussed out by this. Well, the increase is not even equipping it because it's activating to equip, so we're just spinning the Ferris. Okay, that's one of our 4 disruptions. Now we have Ash, we have Imperm, and we have Promethean Princess left. That's it. 3 more disruption. Poplar Trigger, Oak, Reborn the Ash. And the Link Karibo is going to be summoning to be blocking at least 1 attack, reducing it to 0. All right, keep on activating. Now, what? Bubble beat? Bubble? This is Bubble. Bubbles? Blast. Why I say Bubbles? Blast could blast the back row. At the cost of 500 life, you target a back row card, return it back to the hand. So we could force out the impermanence. Get blasting. Well, this effect is reducing the attack of the Heat Soul. It's not really a big deal. Now we're blasting. Blast the Earl, back to the hand, Imperm negate, increase, dodge the negate. Let's go. Very well done. Ash negate this. Oh my gosh, you did not Ash an increase? Did we already Ash this turn? That's like the Ash. That is when you Ash. You Ash, increase, summon Vian. Am I right? Like, what? Were we playing around maybe a Vian being in the hand? Are we trying to negate the effect of sending from the deck to the grave? Are we afraid of a Fusion Destiny? You mean it's not Ashable? The effect to summon a monster from the deck is not... Oh, the increase... Here. My mistake. We're activating the increase here to then get Ashed. Okay, correction. Now, we're Ashing. This is the Ash. It's a definite Ash. It's the best Ash against heroes. Negate. There we go. Vine would summon. Vine does not get summoned. Vine would then grab a Polymerization, also send a card from the deck to the grave, furthering even more plays. That is a huge negate. Now, we just have Promethean Princess. We pop Cross Crusader with the Promethean Princess, right? Because it has the additional effect attributing a hero to then search our deck for a hero. Get it out of here. Get it out. You're out. Now, Promethean Princess is here. Thus, we have 0 disruptions left. Just malicious as we attempt to swing into the Link Karibo. Now back to Rixia. Ziad, you did your best, my friend. Let's take this into game 2. Reborn the Flame Burge. That finger on Flame Burge was a big play. I think that this duel does come down to that cross-out designate negating you're called by. Let's see if you get more favorably not getting hand trapped for game 2. Yes, no Maxi, no Nibiru, hopefully. Let's go. Game 2, Ziad, I believe in you. Let's do it. Foolish Burial, sending the Shadow Mist from the deck to the graveyard. Activate, grabbing a Ferris. Ferris, discard the Malicious. Activate the Ferris, equip and increase. Increase, tribute, come forth and summon. Activate the special summon from the deck. We have Valor, negate. Do we play Anaconda? Is that a thing? No. Oh my gosh. We have Malicious, banishing to come forth and summon for the deck. We are not done. We've only just begun. We have Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader on summon, reborn the Malicious, tribute the Malicious to then search our deck for a hero. We can grab any hero we want, like the Vine that you stopped me from summoning. Now, Ash on increase. I like it. That's good. Imperm Valor on increase. I think Imperm Valor should be used on Vian, right? And if I were to look real quick on the analytics, this is important if you want to know how to disrupt heroes, which you're rarely going to ever play against. Is Vian a 1 or 2 of? Maybe it's a 2 of. Let's see. So if they got that 1 Vian from the deck, it is a 3 to 2 of. So even if we were to negate the Vian from the deck and they had a way to normal summon another one, you're still negating the hard once per turn effect, right? Normal special summon send, you can only use this effect once per turn. So saving the Imperm or Valor for the hard once per turn activation of the Vian, I think that's better. Do you all agree with that? To not negate the increase, instead negate the Vian? Send Denier. Vian then banish, grab the Polymerization. And let's keep on going. Shokan into Devicer. Devicer will be grabbing an Elemental Hero Neos. Yeah, buddy. And then we're going to be making the Infernal Rage. With Favorite Contact, we could pop multiple cards in the opponent's field non-targeting, and we did not have the play to go into... Where's our Shadow? No, oh my gosh, no Mash Change, no Dark Law. We need Dark Law to beat Snake Eyes, right? Otherwise, we have pop multiple cards non-targeting, and we have Droplet to negate, plus Ash and Max C. I mean, maybe that should be enough. Let's find out. Maxi early. It's okay to disrespect Gamma if you have a way to negate Gamma, like we do with Ash. Fenrir special summon here. Fenrir searching for a Unicorn, which we have no use for since we got bodies on the field. Discard a special summon the Diablo Star, taking that Maxi challenge, setting up into the back row. This is an opportunity to get popping with that Favorite Contact. Nope, we're not doing it. We're going to send Diablo Star to special summon from the deck and get negated by Ash. Negate. So we still have our Droplets and Favorite Contact play here. Fenrir trigger to banish the Infernal Rage. Favorite Contact, come forth and summon. Wiping out that Fenrir. Oh my, Shining, Neos, Wingman animation. Wipe it up. Wait. Why doesn't it activate? You chose to not activate because they searched for Unicorn. You purposely did not activate. Okay, smart, correct, very nicely done. Let the Unicorn be dead in the hand. And we're making a Baron to floor, but, oh, no, we're not. We are making a Hida. Hida steal from the opponent's grave. We're going deep into this Max C. Droplet, negate the Hida. You're not taking our Ash. And that's it. We have no more disruption, but do we need any more? To battle phase we go, opening up the field, search with Hida, and now the Unicorn is special summonable, but we're under Max C. Special summon Unicorn. We already used up our normal summon, as you can see right there. Grabbing a Birth. Birth, special summon again. You know, why not? What else are we gonna do here? End the turn, sure. How much did we plus off of that Max C? That was like a +6. Stratos, search the deck, driver, trigger, recycle from the graveyard our Miracle Fusion. Are we gonna have a crazy hero finish here? Come on, Ziad, end this with style. Unicorn, look at the extra deck, finger the Veiler and finger the Diablo Star because we're gonna do a big fat Droplet. Droplet sending just one finger and the increase. Negate the Unicorn from looking at our extra deck and negate that Fenrir. Now, from here, Ziad, what are we doing with that Polymerization? What are we doing with that Miracle Fusion? What are we doing to end this duel? We have already used up our normal summon with that Stratos. Castira Birth, banishing our Malicious from the graveyard face down. Follow-up Polymerization, not a Trinity, but as we go into an Infernal Rage, triggering the Liquid Soldier to draw 2, discard 1, we are then adding a favorite card from our deck or graveyard to the hand, so we get to recycle the Favorite Contact from the graveyard here. Very nice. Draw 2, get rid of that Hero Lives, follow up with the Miracle Fusion, fusing with the graveyard, banishing the Liquid and the Crusader for Absolute Zero. If Absolute Zero leaves the field, it will wipe out the opposing field as we link off with it right away into the Cross Crusader, triggering Absolute Zero, wipe up that field. Cross Crusader itself is also going to be reborning from the grave. Reborn, wipe it, and just like that, over 10,000 damage. Ziad is taking this into game 3 against Snake Eyes. Where are the Rescue Ace players? Where are they? What is going on? Rescue Ace did not do so well today, or what? Negate! And then, as we said, follow-up Bonfire to pretty much nullify that impermanence. That is unfortunate. Special summon Poplar, put into the back row. I should say grab our original Sinful. We're going to now be Link Kariboing. Send to the graveyard with the original Sinful, the Link Karibo to summon from the deck an Oak. Oak reborn the Ash. Ash is no longer negated by the impermanence. We're going to send ourselves plus the Poplar to summon from the deck our Flameburge. Flameburge is here, triggering the Poplar to equip itself into the back row, further linking this up into Masquerena. By summoning Masquerena, that will trigger the Flameburge to reborn 2 monsters from the graveyard. Let's speed this up since we're done with disruptions. As we now have Promethean Princess reborning a fire from the grave. Equipping the Masquerena into the back rows, we then make our Amblo Whale. Then ending our turn here, we have the disruptions of Ash, Masquerena, Impermanence, and the Promethean Princess, plus the dreaded Maxi, unless we draw into something to stop it. If we get ashed on the Hero Lives, we could activate another Hero Lives. We have a pretty good hand if it weren't for Ferris not having a hero to discard and not having a way to stop the Maxi. So maybe it is best that we just draw a hero and we take the Maxi challenge and we just win this turn under Maxi. Do you believe in Ziad? I believe. Begin. We got the hero. We got double Hero Lives. We got the mash change. Let's go. Hajime. Hero lives. Negate. Negate. Did not negate. So the other Hero Lives is now dead. Shoot. Held that Ash. That is unfortunate. Summon from the deck Stratos. Stratos activates. Search our deck for the Mist. We have not used up that normal summon yet. Masquerena is coming out for that disruptive play. Oh. We have another Hero Lives. Let's go. Let's go. Stratos is not a hard once per turn. We can summon another Stratos if we want. Yes. So while we wanted Ash to negate the first Hero Lives, we now have the second one activatable. Summoning a second copy of Stratos here, searching for another hero play, a perfect discard for the Ferris. Discard the Shadow Mist or the Malicious. Both are really good. Shadow Mist will be searching for another hero. The Ferris will be Chain Link blocking the Mist from being negated by the Ash. Let's go. Increase effect when activated on the field to summon from the deck. A Vine will get negated, but we're going to summon a Mass Change Dark. No, we're doing Hero Blast. Hero Blast is going to be spinning the back row Impermanence back. I think we used the Veiler incorrect. Maybe we thought that this was doing the effect to spin the back row right now, but that doesn't make sense because we were targeting the Goddess. We're going to change the Veiler to spin back that Impermanence. Let's do it. Imperm spin. Yup. Not going to be activating the Impermanence. That is fine. Back to the hand. Blast is negated from reducing the Goddess. Now, what are we still playing through? Even though we're under Max C, they only have Ash and Promethean Princess. Let's go. Sending Denier. Now, Denier can get negated by the Goddess. We're going to banish the Stratos, search for a Polymerization, which will be negated by Ash. Damn. Okay, what now do we have? We needed that Polymerization to get the Malicious and the Liquid Soldier into the grave, so that has really screwed things up. Cross Crusader, attempt to reborn, trigger the effect of Promethean Princess, tribute the Cross Crusader to summon the increase, Linkuriboh, wait, Promethean's gonna stay in the grave now, but it's a hard once per turn, it's not gonna be activatable again, right? Wait, this is only activated once per turn, yep. You can only use the following effects once per turn, so she's gonna stay in the grave and not summon, but you can't activate again. Come forth, Linkuriboh, increase, come forth and summon, activate the increase to summon from the deck. Let's go. There is no more disruption. This is it. This is it. It is not a hard once per turn to search for the Polymerization. It's a hard once per turn to send a card from the deck to the grave. We got Poly. They got nothing. They do have Goddess to negate an effect to reborn from the grave, and that is it. There is nothing that Rixia could do. Shokan, Nibiru's not real. Do not draw into Nibiru. Oh my gosh, there's the Ash. Infernal Devicer, reveal, searching for an Elemental Hero Neos. We're gonna further link this up into a driver. Every summon is an attempt to draw Nibiru. Not a Nibiru, okay. We're gonna Polymerization into a Sunrise. Attempt to draw Nibiru again. No, Nibiru. Wonder Driver, recycling the Polymerization as the Liquid Soldier activates to draw 2. As the Sunrise activates to search for a Miracle Fusion. We need a miracle to win this duel. Miracle Fusion is here. Draw 2, discard, reinforcement of the army here, recycling that Polymerization. Miracle Fusion, attempt again to draw into a Nibiru, absolute 0. 12 cards in the hand, drawing into a Divine Temple. Malicious, banish, come forth and summon from the deck. Another Malicious, drawing into a Wanted Seeker. Polymerization, polymerizing into a DPE, now triggering the absolute 0 to wipe out the entire opposing field besides the unaffected Goddess. But the Goddess is reduced by the DPE, Ambler Whale being triggered to activate and pop the DPE, which was reducing the Goddess to activate and reborn, which we are negating, which is only reborning during the next turn. 15 cards in the hand. What can we do? Sunrise could pop the Goddess unless the Goddess was summoned through a Masquerena, which it was, so I believe it is completely unaffected from the effect to be destroyed, so we have to destroy it by battle, right? Oh! Yeah, we forgot that it was Masquerena'd. Oh gosh, did we throw this or did we not have a way to win anyway? We had to destroy it by battle. Did we have lethal with Driver, Blast, and Denier? I can't math. I don't think so. No, we had like 7,000 damage. Close. Oh my gosh, close. And DPE getting, oh Jesus, what the heck? What happened to DPE again? We needed DPE on the field. The DPE got popped by the freaking Ambler Whale. Unfreaking believable. What the heck was that? Ziad, you almost did it. There's like 15, 16 cards in their hand. I could not believe that Goddess is what actually stopped you. Ain't no way. Indestructible by card effects Goddess. Stopping hero lethal. One Goddess blocking heroes. Wow. Fusion, deployment, come forth and some from the deck. Cartesia, we just have Ghost Bell. You have Banishment to Fuse, which could turn into a Disruption and probably fuse the opposing field. And in the graveyard, we have Rinbrum that could reborn the Albaz to fuse with the opponent's field. So it's about 2 Disruption plus the Max C. And the Retribution, 2 Albaz monsters, we do have that. We're going to be able to negate and affect a special summon. So about triple Disruption here. Maybe 4 if the Branded Banishment doubles up on fusing with their field and having a Fusion Disruption. Wakashi, not chaining Max C. Now we're going to use Max C on the Resolution. Banky searching for the Soul Piercer. Come forth and summon. Branded Banishment is going to be reborning, then fusing. Max C in response to it. Let's see. Summon, fusing with the opposing field, so that is an extra disruption. That was 4. And then Dragos Depelia, so now we're back to 3 disruptions. Quem is going to send from the deck in Albion. To battle we go, swinging our Soul Piercer in to be searching our deck for a Wakashi. To set up a Pendulum Scale to get Pendulum Shokanin. Pendulum summoning just a single wagon as the Dragos Depelia negates. 2 more disruption. We could fuse with the opposing field with the Albaz. We could Retribution, negate, and affect a special summon. No Mirror Jade in sight, yet Branded Despia was able to overcome Super Heavy Samurai. Nicely done. Going first, we're going to open up with the Soul Piercer. Did not activate Maxi in response to the normal summon of the Soul Piercer. I feel like that was the time to Maxi. Are you crazy? When are we going to be using that Maxi? We're going to be Wakashi, special summoning since there's a Scarecrow, they can't Gamma. We're going to be drawing off that Wakashi. Droll in Lockbirding the Maxi. We could not add any more cards in the deck for the rest of the turn. How much can we cook when we can't recycle Soul Piercer? With that Crimson Dragon, we could then, while we're locked into Super Heavy only, we're going to summon the Archfiend Calamity during the opponent's turn. This is all under against a Max C and our own Droll in Lockbird, stopping the Max C and stopping us from adding. Let's do it. This should be instant win. Instant win. Crimson Dragon. Return back in the action deck for the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. And just like that, you cannot activate cards on the field. You could still attack, you could activate from the hand, you could activate in the graveyard or banish, but nothing, you can't activate Branded Fusion because that would be activating on the field. Let's go. This set end, oh my gosh. Gara, can we win this? We have Banky searching because we control a Super Heavy Samurai for the Soul Horns. We got the double attack. Discard the Ash, reborn the Soul Piercer. Soul Piercer, get equipping. That's piercing battle damage and double attack. Double 4,000. Pierce the Quem for 2,500 damage. Attack again for 4,000 direct piercing over the Druid Swarm, but The Druid Swarm then sends the King Calamity to the graveyard. Thus, we don't have lethal damage. What happened? Oh, no. We have 0 disruption. We lost to a Bestial. Not even a second Bestial, but 1 Bestial. 1 Druid Swarm stopped lethal damage. Magna Hut activating to grab an Albaz during the end phase, which will allow us to fuse with the opposing cards on summon. We have Branded Lost, so our fuse. Oh my gosh, Gara. I could not believe that single Druid Swarm stopped game. Set a Quem pass, summon a Druid Swarm, then win next turn. Ain't no way. Ground Xeno, search our deck for a Dino plus Papa Dino, taking out our Petite trigger, come forth and summon from the deck, triggering the Meteors to also special summon off of a card being destroyed. So what we have here is we have Baron de Flor, negate, Dulka, negate 2 monster effects, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, non-target flip the opponent's field face down. We also have Reborn the Petite to pop the Petite with the Tyranno to then summon. Is this summon from the hand? Summon from deck only. So I don't think we play more than 1 Pankrotop, so we may not have that extra disruption, but we'll see. So about 4, maybe 5 disruption. Is the Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, the multiple copies can activate more than once, right? The cannot once per turn during the main, yeah, so you are going to be activating the other Tyranno instead. Double field flippage. Spoiler? Who's spoiling? Don't spoil. Poplar when sent to the grave, equipping into the back row, Diablo Star searching and setting up the original Sinful Spoils. Send the Poplar to summon from the deck Ash. Ash activates, search our deck mate. We are not using any disruption here. What is going on? Dulka negate the Poplar in hand from summoning. So now we're down to 4 disruptions. Can't target Dulka, can't target the Tyranno, and we're gonna flip down the field. Now the Tyranno destroying a card that you have in your hand or on the field, it's not targeting. So we activate to destroy, then we summon the card that we want to destroy, which will be the Petite or the baby. The baby's being summoned here. Summon the baby, pop the baby, flip the field. We're at 3 disruptions left. Since we didn't summon another disruption, we're at 2 disruptions left. We have Baron de Flor, we have Dulka, and that is it. Oh my gosh. That is a huge Curry Kara. How big is the Curry Kara gonna be? But boosted by the field spell, but boosted by its effect, putting her at over 8,600 attack, wiping out the Baron de Flor, 2k to the face, not quite lethal, 400 life points left, and we got nothing left. Now, the Curry Kara is not done. She can steal the Baron de Flor, or the Flameburst could steal the Baron de Flor during the next turn, so both can steal her. So by putting the Baron de Flor into the back row during the next turn, we could just summon it onto our field. Making our Dark Charmer. Dark Charmer is going to be able to reborn a Dark Monster from the opponent's graveyard. Oak being reborn, so is the Poplar. Link Karibo, tributing the face down Ash to come forth and summon and protect us from an attack. So Eon, you could do this. I believe in you. Pankrotop's is special summonable. We could pop a card in the field. Miss, oh my gosh, Trisbana. Why are we doing this? We have IP, Masquerina here. Banish the Baron de Flor. Oh my gosh, that's lethal. What are with these cards dealing 500 damage? We have Saratobi burn for 500. Trisbana burn for 500. Deal 75, then burn for game, main phase 2. Crazy. Good job, Rixia. Why is it called VFD? It stands for something in the Japanese. It's like V, D, death. Very fun dragon, that too. Now, Dino's not performing a good play for the turn 1. This was actually absolutely horrible. I could not freaking believe my eyes. We are setting a Super Poly and passing. No Misk, no Oviraptor, no Fossil Dig. Where are our dinosaur plays? This is trash. We do have Ash and Maxi though. We could cross out Designate the Finger if they try to negate our C. Let's see what we could do. I feel like because we had Ash, we maybe should have just taken the Gamma risk, just maxi early. I know it sucks to have to Ash the Gamma if they do have it, but it's more likely that they would not even have the Gamma and you'd be backed up in case they do. So they get that free special summon, but still, we want to drop the Maxi now because the Diablo Star is not going to activate the special summon. We need as much advantage as possible. We need to be drawing for that special summon of the Diablo Star. Still waiting? Birthing an additional... We're normal summoning Diablo Star? What the heck? What? Normal summon Diablo Star with birth, setting up the original Sinful. Original Sinful, send Diablo Star to special summon from the deck. We are going to Maxi negate, finger the Maxi mate, cross out designate, negate the finger. No more. Very well done. Dinos cringe OMG. Bro, come on. Look, Dinos is doing nothing right now. They're not in a good spot. Off the top of the deck, we got the Babysaurus. We have Ash still and a Super Poly. We're going to need 2 bodies in the field with the same attribute in order to whip out that fusion play. Well, a Cybers monster plus a Link monster will also work with the Earth Golem. That's something. The Garura is going to be same type of attribute, but different names. We have the Poplar being negated from searching for a Divine Temple. I don't know if I agree with the Poplar negate here since the original Sinful was already negated. And with, I guess the Divine Temple's boosting up the field also by plus 1100. Maybe the Divine Temple negate was good. And I'm only being biased because I'm looking at the 1-for-1 in their hand right now. Super Poly fusing with the field before the Ash activates a summon from the deck. We have a Garura. Blocking an attack here. If sent to the grave, we'll be drawing a card. We have Birth. Banishing from the opposing graveyard, face down you go, Archosaur, which will make it more difficult to activate our double evolution pill if we survive this turn. 1-for-1 discarding Valor, summoning the Oak, Oak on summon, reborn the Ash. Oh boy. Do we have any other relevant hand traps to draw into? Do we play Valor? Do we play Nibiru? What do we play? Because we're drawing nothing. Pushing Garura into the back row. You need something now. Right now. It's going to reborn from the grave. Not lethal yet. Now. You need it now. Again. I think it's your last chance, is it? Oh my gosh. Now there's a negate. But they don't have lethal yet. Birth Reborn. 5,800. Shokan into Promethean Princess. This is fine. 5,100 damage. Reborn from the grave. 8,100 damage. This is us desperately just flailing our arms. Drop miss, please negate, reduce your attack mate so that you do not have lethal damage on me. Nope, didn't work. Did not want to negate double misc. I don't know why not. And had we drawn into an impermanence, the Garura pushed into the back row made it not even activatable. Damn. Yeah, you do play Gamma. Where's your Gamma? No Gamma. Wow. Hajime. Bro, what? This is like a L set. If you look the other way and like flip it, this is a big fat L. Set impermanent. We have Tragedy set. This doesn't even activate when destroyed by battle. It has to be sent to the grave by card effect to search our deck. We do have a Druid Swarm at least. So that is something. Okay, let's go. Bonfire, adding from our deck a Snake Eye Ash. Ash is here. Imperm, negate, cross out, designate, negate the impermanence. Very well done. Nice. Let's keep on going. Now, we're going to cook up a full play, but the Druid Swarm's going to be able to stop us from lethaling, right? Can we learn from Rixia how to beat a potential Bestial in the hand? Can we play around a potential Nibiru and still have lethal through a Bestial? Let's see. Making our IP Masquerena, triggering the Flame Burst, reborning 2 level 1 fires in the grave, Poplar, equipping into the back row our Flame Burst. This is where if we wanted to Nibiru, the field spell would summon the Flame Burst from the back row. So are we going to set up an Apollo USA? Apollo USA, which would not only negate Nibiru, but also negate a Druid Swarm. Can we put up lethal damage with Apollo? Yeah, we're doing Apollo. But are we doing lethal? So now you can't Nibiru, you can't Druid Swarm. We have Flamebers pushing a card into the back row. We're not going to even try to lethal. Nope. We have decided it is safer to play around a potential hand trap that could stop us from lethaling. And we did see this a few times in today's tournament where we saw us going for game under max C, and then they had the Druid Swarm blocking us for game. Okay, understandable. Druid Swarm in the end phase, just to knock off some attack off the Apollo. She doesn't destroy, she just negates, so we'll just activate again. The hard once per turn activation next turn. That's fine, that's fine. Finals of all time. Oh yeah, this is just game one, that's fine. Imperm, negate the Apollo, drop that fool down to 0. And now we are going to be Albaz fusion summoning with the opposing field. What are we fusing into with? Max C drawn per special summon. We're gonna fuse with that negated Apollo USA. The Mirror Shade, non-target monster banishing the Flame Burge. That's huge. It's not gonna trigger in the grave. It's not gonna reborn fires. It's now looking really good for Abomod. We're doing it right now before that Masquerena hits the field and is able to chain to then trigger the Flame Burge. Just get it off the field, banished for good. To battle we go, Masquerena with nothing else to link with. How did this suddenly become a good duel for Abomod? We have Ash Blossom negating the Albion from setting up some disruption into the back row here. Now, the Mirror Jade is a soft per 2 turns. It's not going to be able to activate again. And we do have an Albaz in the graveyard, so if it were to be able to activate again, if we could get a Rinbrum in the graveyard, that would have been further disruption. We're solely reliant on the Druid Swarm, as the Mirror Jade can't do anything. What can we do? Shokan to the Hida. Hida could steal a fire monster from our graveyard, which we don't have a fire monster in the grave. We're going to use the original Sinful, send the Flamebirds, reborn, summon from the deck that is, as we then reborn from the grave with the Oak and the Poplar being summoned. Oak reborning another Ash. The field spell is but boosting them up 1100 each. Nightmare Unicorn on summon, discard, spin the Mirror Jade back now. Oh my god, we're not done. Promethean Princess. Promethean Princess, reborn from the graveyard, Flame Burst. We have 7,600 damage versus 56, but we know that Druid Swarm is there. Druid Swarm banishing the Masquerena, that is the way. Wait for the activation of the Flame Burst, wipe out the Druid Swarm. Druid Swarm could send a card your opponent controls to the graveyard that was special summoned. Now, the Flame Burst has already activated its in-grave effect, so we could send it to the grave. No activation for you. 1900 to the face. We're gonna have to main phase 2 this up into the Amblo Whale. And the only disruption we have is the Promethean Princess. We thought this game was over, but now Abomod could top deck into so many different cards. Aluber, we could top deck into Branded Fusion. What are we ripping off the top of the deck? Come to me in the grand finale. That's it. The worst card in our deck. Oh my gosh, this is nothing. I don't think we could have topped anything worse than this. What? We can't even set it as a monster to block an attack. What the shite? Ending our turn. Wow. 3,600 attack, 100 off from lethal. Grab ourselves a Curry Kara. Huh? We couldn't do 100 damage per game? What is going on? What? Why did we not just win? Okay, please finish the duel. Searching for our Diablo Star. Diablo Star could summon, or we could just simply attack with the Ambler Whale unless we are afraid of a Bestial play. We're going to be discarding, whipping out the Black Witch as we set up from the deck. Come to me, nothing is the Imperm. Negates. Very nice. Now, Rixia, to battle we go. Taking out Abomod for game 1. Let's do this. All right. DQ for BM. Yes, I agree. Albion trying to Dragon, getting the Retribution in the grave to then draw into a Super Poly. Quem, send from the deck a Branded Fusion, add back with the Retribution. And now we got big plays. What is our best play off of the Branded Fusion? So we have the ability of the Branded lost. If we perform a fusion, we can search for a Mercurier, so that will be a disruption off of that. The fusion itself will be either the Super Poly, which is a disruption, or the Banishment, which is a disruption, which may be double disruption. We'll just count it as one for now. We have the non-target monster banish of the Mirror Jade. If we Super Poly with the Mirror Jade, then reborn it with Quem, we could then banish again. And if we send a Rinbrum, we could then reborn the Albaz and then fuse with the opponent's field. So that's, and also Quem could reborn it. So it's about 6 disruptions. And we have Max C. Let's go. 6 disruptions plus Max C. I don't think Snake Eyes could do it. We're going to chain Max C, which we may be forced to finger. Yes, we are indeed fingering the Max C. Negate. 6 disruptions to play through, potentially 7. Let's see. Come to us, Diablo Star Black Witch. We are now going to be discarding the Black Witch to summon the Black Witch, activating the Black Witch to set up into the back row our original Sinful, not a subversion. Branded Banishment, reborning the Albion to then fuse with the Diablo Star. So this was the 7th disruption. Now into our 6 disruptions. Branded loss triggering, grabbing the Mercurier. 1 for 1. Discard Kurikara, summon the Ash. Ash activate, Dragostapelia, negate. Now, the Ash has a counter which states that as long as Dragostapelia is face up and you have a counter, your effects are going to be negated. But since the Ash leaves the field when it activates to send another card to the graveyard, it will not be negated because it will no longer have the counter. So that is the 1 negate there. Mirror Jade, non-target monster banished before the original Sinful is activated. We now have triple tactics talent for the draw 2. We have the Mercurier negate, we got Super Poly mate, we have Albaz in the graveyard to fuse with the opponent's fields. We could also use the Rinbrum potentially, or we could reborn the Mirror Jade. Negate the Poplar with Mercurier. Still have not even used our Super Poly. Further link this up into our Link Karibo before whipping out our original Sinful Spoil. First, we're going to be setting up the Poplar. Now activating it. We are not giving up from the deck. Oak is here, reborn from the graveyard or banished pile. Now, that's going to trigger the Gangrenol, which will be summoning a Quem. Quem on summon will send from the deck a Branded High Spirits. We're now going to Super Polymerize, discarding to fuse with your field to come forth and make a Garura. So we're not going to be reborning the Mirror Jade. We do have the ability to reborn the Albaz. We have 1 disruption left. Rinbrum, reborn Albaz, fuse with their field, but we don't have room. So we have no disruption until we have room. So 0 play. Can Rixia play through there being 0 plays available for Abo Mod? What can we do? What can we cook up? We're going to summon a Flame Burge from the deck, pushing the Mirror Jade into the back row. To battle, we go big enough to take out that Dragostapelia, which we can now reborn the Albaz. So our 1 disruption play is back in action. Albaz on summon, discard the Alibur, fusing with the Flame Burge to make a Titan Clad. Very well done. We pulled off about 6 disruptions in 1 turn. We used every single one of them. Very nicely done from Abu Mod. And now we have over 12,000 damage on the field. Imperm on Cartesia, because why not? Finishing off Rixia, taking this into a game 3. An epic game 2, I think so. All right. Let's hop into game 3. Discard Diablo Star. We did not use that Maxi early to respect the potential Gamma. Despite us checking that about only 7% of Snake Eye players are actually playing Gamma, you do not want to be losing to it. Ash is here, searching for our Poplar. Poplar activate. Now we whip out that Maxi safely. Draw per special summon. We have Harpy Feather Duster. Why would you play a card like this? It's if you're playing something like Triple Tactics Thrust. The Thrust is for thrusting a Branded Fusion into your hand if you're going second, or something like a Harpy Feather Duster. Now, let's keep on going into that IP Masquerena. We are drawing per special summon. What are you doing? You end on just this. And this is great because the field spell, generally the opponent's not supposed to have something like a Harpy Feather Duster where you will just normal summon or special trigger the field spell, summon the Flame Burge, and then wham bam, thank you ma'am. But Abo Mod in a 60 card deck opened up a Harpy freaking Feather Duster to wipe out the optimal play against Max C. What is that? We're gonna normal summon. Wait a second, why didn't we Harpy Feather Duster wipe out the field spell? Aw, what the? I thought we had the way to stop the thing from coming. You know, it would trigger the Flame Burst to Reborn from the grave, I guess, to be fair, right? You know, I guess it'd be better if you had something like a Cosmic Cyclone. That'd be better than a Harpy Feather Duster, because it is gonna reborn. It would, because the Ash would be in the graveyard, so would the Poplar. Poplar and Ash would be reborned off the Flame Burge. So maybe this is not as good as I thought it was gonna be. Aliber grabbing our branded fusion here. We are now using the Flame Burst, summon the Ash, come to us Poplar. I don't know, I feel like Harpy Feather Duster was still kind of good. Why, we're just like we're gonna hold the Duster, hold it. Chaining Masquerena to our own Maxi. We're gonna drop our special summon, making an Underworld Goddess. Now, what is gonna happen here? It's kind of crazy. The Goddess is going to be activating its effect in response to the summon of a fusion monster. There is no branded lost. So if we read this, this is an optional trigger. We're gonna summon an optional trigger. Us being turn player will be chain link 1. The Goddess will be on the highest chain link possible, negating everything below it that's on the field. So what do we do with this branded fusion? We make a Titanclad that's unaffected from being negated. There you go. For the turn it's fusion summoned, for the rest of the turn it's unaffected by the activated effects of any other monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, thus the Goddess. So we completely foregone our normal play of making a Lubellion or Albion. We adjusted to the situation. Very nicely done. And the Titanclad 3700. Goddess is going to be chaining on top of all of that. All this stuff would be in response to a Lubellion or Albion. We're going to add a Wanted Seeker on top of that, grabbing our Diablo Star. Negate, can't negate. Diablo Star, come forth, back onto the field in response to being sent to the grave for the Goddess. Set up into the back row with the Poplar. Diablo Star set up into the back row, a Wanted Seeker to be used during the next turn. Now, Albion sending the Retribution from the hand to Reborn from the grave. That is what Goddess will be able to negate. Now, with the Retribution in the grave, we could recycle a branded spell or trap. What is that going to be? We're going to special summon the Spring and Kit, searching for a branded in white to banish from the grave, getting rid of our Harpy Feather Duster. We didn't even want it. That is wild, and we are under Max C. Abo Mod. Oh my gosh. Despian Critus can reduce the opposing field to 0 attack, helping you perform lethal damage, but the problem is, while the Flame Burge goes to 0 attack, the Goddess stays at 3,000. She's unaffected unless you specifically target her. Tragedy, triggering, grabbing the Quem. We already used up our normal summon. Reduced to 0, as we said. Goddess stays at 3K. Banishing with the graveyard, come forth and summon Albion. Even our own kit got reduced to 0. No Nibiru in sight. Banish from the grave to come forth and summon Lubellion. Lubellion on summon, discard a card to fusion summon. Goodbye Quem. Shokan into Mirror Jade. How much damage do we have on the field so far? 11,000 damage. Nadir Servant locking us out of the action deck for the rest of the turn. We're going to be summoning a Maximus. Garura, draw a card. We have Thrust. What are we thrusting into? What could help us in this situation to help give us lethal? Triple Tactics Talent, which can't take control of the Goddess because it's unaffected even from that. Oh boy. We could just take just a body on the field, right? Get yoinkin'. Yoinkin' the Flame Burst, still reduced. We can now target the Goddess, pushing her into the back row. You go. Be gone. Mirror Jade non-target banish. There's 9 cards in the hand from this Max C, with over 11,000 damage on the field after taking control of the Flame Burst to target the unaffected Goddess from almost everything else. Just like that, Abo Mod performing lethal damage under Max C. Holy moly, very well done. We YOLO drew into Thrust. Wow. Good job, Abo Mod. That was crazy. The day of the new pack is upon us, and we just ran our tournament. The top breakdown looking like Rescue Ace in the top 16. That's nice to see. Snake Eye, the best performing deck. Mannadium with the Vsauce Samsara. This is shocking to me. I feel like Mannadium's performance should have been where Purely was. There's only one Purely. I thought that Purely would do better. Chimera with Plunder Patrol. That's crazy. Do we call the deck a Chimera deck with Plunder Patrol? Plunder Patrol, Chimera, I don't even know what to do with it. The Live Twin deck is really interesting. Let's get to the bottom and let's see all the decks. Top 16, how many Vsauce Samsara? We want to focus on the new cards here. Double Samsara for the Mannadium deck. There is the extra deck. Nice, good job, Rookies Barber. We then have Dark with the 60 card Rescue Ace Snake Eye. Now, what are we listing the deck as for Dark? If we, it is under Rescue Ace. There we go. I think so. So good job, Dark. 60 cards. Oh my gosh. Look at this large deck. Let's zoom all the way out so you can see it just like that. All right. Good job, Dark. And then we have Darth. Dark and Darth. Okay. Tier limit. Nice to see that. That is good. And then we have Odds with the exciting deck of the tournament. This is Chimera Plunder. Yes, 40 card clean. We have a random Book of Eclipse here. That's quite interesting. The Magnum Reliever is a pretty cool card that we've been seeing some plays with. Chaining it to your own cards to pop a card in the field. We have Purely. And I was wondering if Earl GB's deck with Purely playing Ghost Rick was going to be the way to play this. It probably is still one of the ways to play it, but not that way did well. So good job, Zeta. Looking like this, playing Chalice. That's quite interesting. I'm curious, what's with the interesting text today? We have Book of Taiyu, we have Chalice. What is the reasoning for a card like this? Valor Imperm makes sense for some potential Rescue Ace plays. We have Sir Costanza, nothing too new or crazy here. We have Sync, 50 card Rescue Ace with Therion Regulus. This is wild. And you were the mad lad with the Protect Code Talker into making the Terahertz. Also main decking enemy controller. Okay, good job, Sync. My thoughts on bringing Diablosis back. Diablosis, the Mind Hacker. We never really had it, right? Bring it back. I don't like what this does. It's toxic. Locking up the zones. No. Don't bring it back. Dan Crusoe, 40 cards clean, looking good, nothing too new or crazy here. We then have Saucy Senpai with a very interesting build. This is with Yama grabbing the Unchained Soul Abomination, then triggering it with the Producer. Yeah, there it is. Abyss Actor, Super Producer. I don't know how you thought of that. Did you really think of that yourself? What the heck? Ziad, Heroes. Mad Lad Hero Player, 40 card clean, looking good. Good job, Ziad. We then have Kid Arts with 2 Samsara, 40 cards, nice. We then have Fictinium sticking to Snake Eyes. We're not falling for the Rescue Ace. Is Rescue Ace bait? I'll have you know that the next ban list, Snake Eyes is on it, and Rescue Ace isn't. So if you think it's funny now that Rescue Ace is potentially not better than Snake Eyes, just wait until 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. 2 weeks is when the ban list should be announced, right? Escanor with the Volzar Lars. Okay, yup, Lars. We rarely saw you summon this, though. You summoned it once, and then you kept summoning Baron to floor instead, right? Where this would be one of the level 6s. But okay, nonetheless, still good. Good job, Escanor. Gera, top tier Xbox. The security was good for reborning the scales. Very nice. The Gauntlet is interesting. Okay, This is, we got the Archfiend King Calamity, which is not as much of a free win that we thought. On the ladder, I'm sure people see this and they surrender right away. But in an actual tournament, people are not auto losing to the Calamity. Rixia, second place with Snake Eyes. Oh my, good job to you. And then first place today, Abelmod, I don't know how you do it. Freaking branded. You have the most hits on the ban list within your deck list. Basically, a Highlander Singleton deck here, and still clapping. Unbelievable. Very well done. 60 cards. We accidentally thought we had more Ash Blossoms than we thought earlier, so okay. We don't have room for Ash. No room. Not even room for a third Super Poly. Good. Abelmod, I'm happy to see that. Good job. Thank you for doing well branded as you usually do. Unbelievable. And there you go. That is the tournament.